Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Adams Rite number 4580-600. This is just a 4580 cam disc. This one is specified as right hand from the factory, and that's how they shipped it. That may or may not have been by design. Sometimes I will ask for a certain hand, and because they're fully reversible, the factory will just send any hand. But this is a cam disc, and where you're going to use this piece of product is in things like their levers, their different styles of levers. And the cam disc is like the transmission. It rotates the movement of something to the retraction of the bolt. It's really a tailpiece in that regard, I guess, or a cam disc. It is something that transfers from your motion to the action on the lock that you wish to take. And and how that works is your lever handle is going to fit on the outside, and these two little posts will actually go inside of the back of the casting of the handle. This hook is literally going to sit inside of the lock and affect movement on the drive slider, and that drive slider is what's going to pull the latch bolt in. So what happens is your handle has a spindle. That spindle goes into that square hub. As the spindle moves, so does the hook. As the hook moves, so does the bolt slider. Okay, and that's how you'll retract it. This is easily reversible. That little C-clip comes out there. Don't lose it. The pin comes off. Simply take this, flip it over. You can't get it wrong because the pin is connected to that slot in the cam. And if it wasn't, I would demonstrate it if it wasn't so easy. Little C-clip, simply don't lose it, is the bottom line. I can't tell, but my imagination tells me that that C-clip is going to be magnetic. Tiny little instrument you'll need. That pin will come out. You'll flip the leg over, reassemble, push your clip back on. The only trouble you're going to have is that jumps on you and gets away from you. But a typical piece of equipment. Cast zinc would be the majority of this piece of hardware. Instructions are included, but they're really for an entire lever, but it helps to understand exactly what you're using it with. And you can review the installation instructions by looking at it. And of course, that very first scenario tells you what it's supposed to look like. And if you do need to reverse it, it's steps 1 through 4 down on the bottom. Okay. Like I said, you can't put it back together wrong. And as you study the inside of the lock and you push the latch bolt in, you'll see how that slider moves. Okay. And then you will, in your mind's eye, imagine whether or not this is in the right orientation. Okay. So that's how you'll go about doing this. Pretty simple stuff. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Adams Rite products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm quite partial when it comes to Adams Rite for 3 reasons. Number 1, they have a very unique product line. You can do stuff, you can solve hardware application problems with their hardware in lots of different ways that sometimes are really only restricted by your imagination. That's number 1. Number 2, on the link to the manufacturer's page below this video where you can view all the Adams Rite products we sell, a link to the manufacturer's catalog, but also a link to their website. And then number 2 is that published parts manual that's there. All of the published exploded parts views of their products that exist are in that single link that's there. So very handy. You can open it up. You can search that document for 4580, and you'll see all the instances where the 4580 exists in that published documentation. Number 3, their technical support is without fail responsive. Every time I ask for a clarification on an application, they always answer, and that's crucial. And without that, they make some things that are unique. In all fairness, they make to other people. They make things that are very garden variety. And, you know, if I've got 50 choices of grade 2 mid-cost electric strikes, what's going to make me use Adams Rite? Well, what would make me use it? I can buy parts because they publish the information and they give me that part number and they encourage it, and then they will give me an answer when I have a question. What solenoid do I use for this voltage? Boom, they can help you really quick. And that's, I think, a reason why you would go with them. If you have any questions on the Adams Rite 4580-600, it's just a 4580 cam disc, or any other Adams Rite product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.